Hi coaches. One of the questions that comes up for me is, should I get more certification? And I think this is a really tricky subject and it's a really thorny subject. There are some coaches and some schools of coaching that are passionate about getting certification. They're passionate about structure and supervision. There are other schools that are all about experience. As Michael Neal said, the best way to become a coach is to coachity coach. So here's where I sit. In 10 years of running a coaching business, I've never once been asked for certification. I do believe that getting training as a coach, working with some of the best coaches you can find, working with some of the best schools you can find, will always give you insight. So if you want to get certification merely as a byproduct of learning from some of the best people, I think that's fantastic. But what I do know is there are certain coaches out there that have a huge number of certificates, lots of letters after their name, and they're not great coaches. I also know there's some coaches out there that have no certification that are fantastic coaches. So it comes down to who you are as a coach. So I think when it comes down to certification, what's the real question that's behind the question? Should I get more certification? I think often comes up because of a need for validation, a need to have a stamp of approval. How can I go and serve somebody if I don't have a certificate? Well, I'm not really sure a certificate helps you serve somebody. I think being present, loving the person in front of you, serving them unconditionally, that's what makes you a powerful coach. Training is great, learning how to do coaching is great, but the certificate itself is not the key to being a great coach. So think about what's behind that question. I remember a year ago working with someone at one of my events, and they came and they said they didn't think they were a great coach because they didn't have a certificate. They didn't have any certification. And yet they had a fantastic background serving people, working with people. And in fact, they were an amazing coach. The last thing they needed to be an even more amazing coach was certification. It was simply the belief that they could do it and to actually go out and do it. So when you ask, should I get more certification? I wonder why. Is it because you want to improve as a coach? Then great. Is it because the organization you want to work with requires it? Then great. If it's because you feel the need to be validated, then I think it's time to use that great coaching expertise that you have on yourself and to do that inner work. Thank you.